talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about rumors. Let's talk about facts.
We gon' talk about life. We gon' talk about death. Romance, finances, generational wealth.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Hello,
everybody. Let's talk about
welcome.
I am Etoya Lewis.
And I am Marsha E. Dudley, and welcome to
Let's talk about it.
All right.
Before we start talking about whatever we gonna talk about tonight, can we talk about my weekend though? Can we talk about how I went out on faith? I went out on faith, and I flew with Spirit. Because my cousin told me that she flies Spirit all the time. She never has any problems. My cousin told me. See, this is the shenanigans I be talking about with Marsha. Marsha, why you got your phone all up loud and stuff?
Look, and I thought I had it off.
She was trying to be slick, but no, guys. It took me 6 years to get back home. I was supposed to leave on Mother's Day. I got back home Tuesday morning. Mother's Day was Sunday. I got home Tuesday morning.
And then, God,
I said, I got a whole class I need to be starting. Their Spirit is playing with my spirit. They tried to play me. Hey, that's what you say?
Yeah.
They tried to play me.
But you said the flight was good though, right? The flight was good.
You got to be in air first. The problem was getting in the air. We sat out on the doggone tarmac for 16,000 hours. It was hot. They a whole row of seats, they just closed off. I just paid for the seat. What you mean it ain't available? Give me my money back. Who do I need to talk to about getting my money back? You're gonna have to call customer service, ma'am.
And why they said that row was closed?
Because the plane is regular. So the whole row is, I guess, I don't know. All I know is I couldn't sit there. And I had a whole connecting flight that I missed. So not only did I miss the first one, and then they talk about, oh, we fly out at midnight. That's a whole nother day. Mother's Day is over at midnight. How are you flying me out at midnight? And where am I going when I get there? Because my flight is already gone. But man, we can put you up in a hotel.
Yeah, that sounds like what you're going to have to do.
I mean, because if you fly me to Florida right now, I'm just going to be sitting there on somebody's bench like I'm homeless.
So, from 1 to 10, what do you give Spirit Airlines?
Well, I'll rate both my trips. I'll rate both of them.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it was two totally different experiences when I flew out on Friday, although the flight was late by 30 minutes. My sister had to drive around and do all kind of other stuff. I'll rate it a 7.5.
Going. Okay.
Going.
Yes.
The whole experience. Coming back, on the other hand, because I was supposed to leave on Sunday and get home on Sunday, and I left on Monday evening and I got home on Tuesday morning. This is real. This is real. I am so serious about y'all. Anywho, I give it a 0.5.
Okay, well, hold on here. But
the in-flight experience was a 0.5. You don't get no peanuts. You don't get no cookie. You don't get no, hey, how you doing? You don't, and the professionalism. That chick made me want to grab her hair.
Okay, but but the flight is still cheaper though. So it's like, to me, it's like you can.
But you get what you pay for. Is that what you're telling me?
That's basically what I'm saying. You want a Rolls?
But I paid to leave. No, because I'm fine with not getting no. Because usually I don't get a drink anyway, because the way my bladder set up, I can't be climbing over people and doing all that. So I usually don't get anything to drink anyway. I'll get a little cookie and eat it, because those Biscoffs are the bomb. Mm-hmm. But I didn't rate it off of that, because I already knew that wasn't coming with it. I didn't pay for that service.
Okay.
I paid to get where I wanted to be the time that I chose to be there.
Okay.
I didn't get that at all. That's what my rating is, 0.5.
Okay, but hold on here. But I asked you, would you fly with them again?
For free, yes.
But you said if they didn't do a stop going straight there,
for free, if they as long as they're giving me a voucher, I'll go. But if I got to pay for it out of my own pocket, no. I don't have time for that. There's certain things you just don't have time for. Now, if this had happened on Friday, I probably would have just spent however many $100 to find another flight to come back. Because nobody has time. Nobody has time for that. I was so disappointed after all that hoopla. I can't even bring up. I just got my purse. That's the only thing I could take. My little bag. You see how big that? Like I had. She makes me sick. Because they charge you for everything. So their prices are lower, but they charge you if you pay for everything that you're taking on the plane, you might as well go ahead and fly with American, Delta, United, or Southwest, or JetBlue, or whomever. You might as well go ahead and fly with them. Because it's gonna be $300+ anyway if you pay for all the regular services. If I'm gonna pay for my cookie and my soda or my water. And a Tylenol if my head hurt.
On American, a flight to South Carolina is like $600 round trip.
Where? Who? When? Was it a last minute flight?
Because
no. I've never paid that. I've never paid that.
When I was trying to go to North Carolina,
and I go.
And how I see North Carolina is before South Carolina is before North Carolina. That flight.
But it's about the route that they take. It's not about who come first. Hell, it was easy to just fly straight to Texas, but they took me all the way down to Miami and then all the way back up. So I didn't turn a 3-hour flight into a 2-day getaway.
Read what Carlos.
I'm trying because you over here tripping. Well, old Mr. Goody Two Shoes, Carlos Lewis says, I had a totally opposite experience than you. Because I didn't have any issues when I flew Spirit 2 weeks ago.
See?
Well, what the fucking do?
Okay, Carlos, was it a direct flight or what? Or did you have a layover?
He had a layover.
I was just thinking it was maybe the layover.
I said my experience. I didn't say anybody else's experience because, like I said, April said she had great experiences. And great, I'm so happy for her.
Why Damien call it soul plane?
Big girl told me it was pleasant too. I had high hopes. High hopes.
Damien said, I heard it was trash, soul plane. But people.
Keita says, I keep hearing negative about Spirit. So I'm good. You get what you pay for. I mean, again, I will say, had the price still been the same as any other flight, I would be paying for it. Would take my bags, it would take all the other amenities that come with those other flights. So it's not even about getting what you pay for. What I paid for is to get from here to there and from there to here. Well, I eventually made it.
What does it matter? You have American Express, so now your baggage and everything else is all paid for.
That doesn't even matter about. That's not even the thing.
But what I'm saying is that you don't even have to worry about Spirit no more. You
I didn't have to worry. I didn't actually have to worry about Spirit originally.
I know,
but because I was listening to someone else, I said, you know what? I'll give them a try because I don't want to bash them before it happened to me. I can only go by what I hear.
Try it. I want to try it on a weekend, just like a weekend getaway. Just try it and see what I get.
I tried it on a weekend getaway. I don't know if you noticed, but I said I left Friday and was supposed to come back Sunday. That's a weekend.
I know. I'm gonna try.
But when did I get back though?
I'm gonna probably have
Tuesday.
I'm gonna make sure I take my laptop for work.
Oh, you ain't got no space for no laptop unless you fit to pay more for your bags.
Good point.
Bag is $76 depending on the weight, and it goes up after that. I'm just saying. And if you pay for it prior, it's cheaper. But if you pay for it when you go up there, it's more expensive.
So it's like $45.
It's like no, 45 nothing. It starts at $60 something, and then it goes up.
I'm gonna stick with. Look, I'm like Keto. I'm gonna leave it alone. Thank you, friend. But see, it's that part that Carlos had such a wonderful experience.
April has all kinds of wonderful experiences.
April has had wonderful experiences with
and the people that was on the flight with me was like, oh, this is the first time this has ever happened.
So C was just a freak. You know what? I think that you should try it one more time.
I will when they pay for it. Mm-hmm. That voucher they gave me, I'm going to use it. Okay, what are we actually talking about?
That?
Who said that?
Of course, it was your husband.
Right, Megan. It is a hit or miss, but it does depend on when you're flying. Because I know my poor Megan Bug stayed here, and Lord, what's the damn child name? Sade stayed here for quite a few more days.
On American.
Yeah, because the flight, their bags was gone,
American,
but they were still here. And I mean, but it's happened with everybody. Everybody has a horror story about an airline. United, Southwest, all of them. Delta, it don't matter. Everybody has their bad days, but it's just unfortunate that this was the wrong bad day to have for me.
I'm just glad you didn't have a job
Oh, this one man had a job. When I tell you he cussed them people out, like there, I was like, yes, sir. Good job, sir. I don't have that problem, so I just need to go back and start my homework because I know it's waiting on me. 2 days gone, and I ain't even started yet. Okay. Carla says, I've had bad experience with American Airlines, Delta, Southwestern, and United. Getting a great flight is a gamble.
But is it more of a gamble when you use Spirit?
It doesn't seem to be.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, when
it doesn't seem to be more of a gamble because it was people from other airlines that was at that hotel too that their flight didn't go down.
See, it was just it was something going on.
But what I no, something wrong with their plane. What you mean your computers don't work? Isn't that how you know where you going? Oh, hell no.
You was definitely on Soul Plane. That plane was Soul Plane.
They doing too much.
Oh,
way too much.
Oh,
y'all know what? This isn't even what we're supposed to be talking about tonight. But I just had to get this off of my chest. Another thing that we have to get off our chest is the summer. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, why you acting like I'm in this by myself?
But we could have left that one for later. Let's
No, because how are we going to go into our conversation without talking about that?
Okay, my bad. So,
y'all see what I got to deal with? See what I got to deal with? She be acting up.
Who said my son flew Spirit for at least 5 years with no issues?
Oh, Frontier too, because I haven't be a damn show on some Frontier.
No, I ain't never.
He's like, I don't care. I just want to get there.
I want to try Frontier. I want to try all of them, but I'm gonna try them.
I mean, I feel like it's important to do it when you don't really have, like when you got a couple days you can spare, just in case.
I'd be tired.
I did have the days to spare, but I didn't have the days to spare because I have to make that time. I got to make that time up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So get into the conversation at hand.
What is it? Okay,
I can't play with her. So we will be going on summer break. So let's talk about it. We'll be back in July.
Yeah, that part.
Mm-hmm. And why are we going on summer break? Marsha, are you? Hold on, y'all. Are you with me today? Because I feel like you're not with me. I feel like I'm in this by myself. And I know this is supposed to be a partnership, but you over there on cloud, whatever.
So that's that. You know, you want to know something? That is the reason why we are taking a break from Let's Talk About It. To be honest with you, I'm taking a break from all social media, but Let's Talk About It will be coming back in July because I think that we have to know when we've had enough and we need to disengage, just take some
unplug.
time. Yeah, unplug and take time for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what I'm doing. I need to take some time for myself. I think we talked last week about mental health, maybe Mental Health Awareness Month. And I think sometimes that even Clark Kent or Superman needs to just be Clark Kent.
Not Clark Kent, Superman.
I look, Superwoman. Who was Superwoman?
No,
what was her real name?
I don't know who Superwoman is.
Yeah, well, anyway.
Wonder Woman, maybe.
Wonder Woman. What was her name?
Diane.
Okay.
Something like that. Dana. Dina. Something with a D.
Wonder Woman needs to take a break. And I just need a moment to not have to think. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
That's what we're doing.
Yes.
But Carlos and Damien will be coming to you all on Thursday night. They're going to take over with Sipping Cigar Show. So
that would be really good while we were out.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
That would be really
they're doing Sipping Cigars. And it's going to be a hoot. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what they come up with. Yes. Why are you? See, this is the reason when she don't make these meetings, you guys, because she got real jobs to do. She don't make these meetings, so she don't even know that somebody is taking over for us.
You know what? I appreciate that.
Yeah. So they'll be taking over and they'll be smoking cigars and sipping on.
I love it. And they can have men talk.
Yeah.
That'd be something good for the men.
Mm-hmm. They could be talking about us.
I'm okay with that. I won't know.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm like, girl.
Somebody tell me it's on.
Girl, let me tell you what they talked about. So we can write this down so we can talk about it later.
Yes. So yeah, I just think that we gotta, we gotta take a step back. And as speaking of taking a step back, my boy John Morant, he needs to. He's suspended for like a whole bunch of games. So I think like he needs to do exactly what I'm doing. He needs to take some time off. He needs to unplug, and he needs to go back to the beginning of why he even wanted to play sports and his purpose in all of this. Because somehow this fame and this money and his environment, the people he keep around him, it has him unfocused and
he's failing.
Yeah, big time.
He's sinking. It makes me think of that Ty Tribbett song.
Yeah.
Sinking. Sinking. What? That's what I say.
How the song go?
Sinking.
Y'all, I promise y'all, I swear I enjoy her so much. So funny. But let's get into this John Morant.
Megan, that's not what you gonna do. You're not for the put South Carolina out there like that. That's not what you gonna do. So you gonna go on and nix that. That's not why. He's just wait. They have gangs and stuff in Sumter, Megan. Let me get my God baby from out of there. Carlos says, change your circle, change your life.
That's what I always say. What's homeboy? He played basketball.
John Morant.
No, it's see there.
Give me a description. I'll help you out.
No, he's
What team he played for? He got in trouble?
No, he got on there. I can't think of his name. But I'm going to be looking for his name. But anyway, what he basically said about John Morant, he said is that, you know, the league has to take some responsibility for this too. And I don't know where he was going with it, but that's what he was saying. He said the league has to take some responsibility for it too. He said that he's a young guy. He's impressionable, and when
he doesn't look this. First of all, his actions don't look foreign. They don't look like something that he just decided to start doing. It looks like something he has been doing, and they're just like broadcasting it now. Okay, well, what he was saying was that they start playing. They play Jalen Rose.
No. This dude, you would never, because he was not. You would never get him. His brother just died last year. His brother was shot or killed last year. I mean, not last year, a few months ago. I can't think of his name. I'll think of it and I'll tell you.
Can y'all please help us out? Who brother was killed a few months ago?
And they're from Houston.
Oh, my poor husband.
But anyway, he was saying that the league plays all this hardcore music for them. It's getting in their heads and all this type of stuff. And he's saying that the league should take some responsibility because they contribute to this behavior as well. If they didn't pay the type of music that they played at games and everything else, he said they're always around it.
First of all,
that culture.
Are you serious right now?
That's what he said.
I know, but you're repeating that as if there's some fact to that. Because me going to church every Sunday don't make me a Christian. I can hear the word and listen to gospel music. That doesn't make me a Christian.
When he said, I said, oh.
But you feel like there's some oomph to that? Because everybody else listens to the same music and they're not doing the same thing.
Steven. What's his name? Steven. 5 Stacks. It's something like that.
No. Do y'all agree with that? That playing rap music make you play with guns?
I remember back in the day. Remember back in the day, that's what they tried to when rap music first came out. That's the stuff they tried to say.
I get what you're saying.
Oh,
but
no,
the fact that
don't say me.
You said
don't
it
say
as,
me.
No, you just said that. I wouldn't have known that if you wouldn't have said that. So what I'm saying is you're saying it as if that's law or that's what it is.
Oh,
I felt like you should have backed that up with, now I don't, or do a disclaimer or something. Now this fool said this.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe this.
Oh,
but this was something that I heard them say. And the question should have been posed to everybody. Do you feel like rap music plays a part in how our young impressionable basketball players, because they was listening to rap music when they was in high school and elementary and middle school, and when they was at they barbecue with their family, they didn't have guns. So no, I'm sorry, I just don't buy that.
I agree.
She makes me so sick.
Okay, so
because it's supposed to be different coins, different. She's a little
Donald Butler. Oh, thank God. What they call this dude? Steve Jackson. Oh,
the league doesn't have. Carlos says the league doesn't have anything to do with an individual's actions. Preach. Damien says, fake news, Marsha E. Dudley.
No, it's not Steven Jackson. You know what?
Carlos says, as the great Forrest Gump said, stupid is as stupid does. He said, next subject, please.
Stack 5. I knew that.
But Marsha, you're still looking for this person.
I don't want to hear it. I want to think.
but it doesn't make sense. And I feel like you bringing it
I
up
didn't-
is as if you were co-signing what was said.
I wasn't co-signing. We are on here delivering news, and sometimes
Fake news is, as
sometimes
Damien
people
said.
deliver stupid stuff.
Damien said it's fake news. What you got to say to that? Okay, so listen,
I'm
you
finna
guys.
find. I want to.
She's looking for a rebuttal or
I
something.
ain't looking for no
She's
rebuttal.
looking for something over here. I don't know what it is, but it's not gonna make me change. You can listen to all the rap music you want. Me listening to country music don't make me a country artist. Me listening to gospel music don't make me a gospel artist. I mean, I just feel like that's an excuse that they're trying to give for him being stupid.
Mm.
Because fool me once.
Shame on you.
But I'm just saying, like, come on. How many
Okay.
times do you have to get popped
Okay.
before you know it hurt?
I want you to listen to what this dude
Oh my
said.
God.
They playing these same songs, making the gun signs to the camera and marching out, getting ready to go play that game, and it was all cool. The NBA, every event, you have these same rappers rapping these same lyrics about guns and shooting at all your events. Just make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. Yes, John needs to be held accountable. Holding guns and all that is not cool. I don't do it. I don't stand for it. I don't support it. But at the same time, make it make sense. That's all I'm saying.
But do you think that they're actually shooting in those songs?
Hey,
Or do they just have the sound?
this man is basically saying
No, that man is basically saying stupid stuff. I just don't understand why you would.
because
Okay,
It is
does anybody else understand what I'm saying?
it is
Because
our job to deliver news, whether it be stupid or not. This is what this man said. He is a professional football player. I mean, not football, basketball player.
and he was out there playing with guns too.
What he is a professional basketball player, and he's trying to look at it from a different perspective.
So if they play
We may
gospel
not-
music, they're gonna come out there and pray every day.
We may not agree with his perspective is, but he played the game, and he's saying that it's the NBA should be held accountable because it's the influence of them bringing them rappers around and him seeing all that, and them rappers talking about they carry
They brought
guns.
Michael Jordan around. That don't mean that they the greatest of all time.
Well,
So it just his analogy doesn't even make sense.
hey,
It doesn't make sense. And the fact that you're trying to push it as
I'm not pushing it.
as a means of what was going on is ridiculous. Somebody, please, somebody, please. Carlos says John Morant is a repeat offender. He's just like these young adults that have went through life making mistakes with no repercussions. Damien said he was a professional ball player. The guy right there
Okay,
was,
and what
he's in a bad place in his life. So he don't and Damien said he's always been controversial.
Okay, well, see, I don't know nothing about the man. Okay,
I don't know nothing about him either, but I do know what he said made no sense.
I didn't say that it made sense because I thought it was
What's that?
stupid too.
I can
But
go sit in the garage all day. They ain't gonna make me no Cadillac. It just doesn't make sense. So to use that as a
nope,
the NBA needs to take
report all
responsibility.
news, yes.
The NBA did what they were supposed to do. They punished him, did whatever they did to him the first time.
Uh-huh.
As a parent,
Mm-hmm.
let's look at the NBA as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Your child went to school and showed the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
You corrected them by doing whatever you did, whether it was whoop them, take their phone, put them on punishment. They can't drive a car. They can't do this. It's supposed to have some type of impact. Whatever disciplinary action you took is supposed to leave some type of impact to let that child know that what they did was unacceptable and it will not be tolerated, correct?
That's right.
So if your child go and do that same offense again, what do you do? What do you do?
You suspend them for 20-something games, and you take away all their money.
Okay. So is it the parents' fault or is it the child's fault.
It's the child's fault. But
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same sheet of music, and let's not point fingers at the NBA for the stupidity of one person. And I hate to even say it like that. He's stupid in the fact that he done got caught again. What you do on your time is your business, as long as you keep it your time and personal where nobody else sees it. Do what the hell you want to do. That's just like if you go rob a damn jewelry store, right? If you there ain't no cameras, ain't no witnesses, ain't no nothing, you scot free, right?
Mhm.
It probably never come back on you. But when you go in there, you ain't got no mask on, and you got 50 million cameras around, you got 50 million witnesses. You are bound to be caught. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just
You are passionate about this.
I
But you
don't
are like
even know.
the other one who said it. Steve Jackson
You
said
let it come out your mouth as if you were supporting what he said. It's the NBA fault.
Toya.
Carlos said Jackson made a very ignorant statement because his analogy if his analogy was true, why is no other players doing the same? Because they're listening to the same music. Exactly. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely zero sense. Can you please turn your phone down?
I did.
You did that last time, and it still came back up. So how did you get it back up?
Because I was
See, this
sitting-
is the
because-
corrective action you're supposed to take
Let
with
me-
your children.
but hold on. This child right here ain't got.
No.
We was listening to Steve Jackson. That's why I was up.
Okay. You're right. But
Thank
we
you.
shouldn't have listened to that. That made us dumber. Listening to him.
I am
Listening to him made us dumber.
Listen,
Because there are impressionable people out there that would take that. See, like a Candace Owens. This is what it makes me think about. Those Candace Owens people
I
who
like
will,
Candace Owens sometimes.
who will take something ignorant that some other black person said and use it to fuel. Add fuel to the fire. That's how her and Kanye was so cool. That's hey, white lives matter. White lives matter. No, ain't nobody got time for that. That's that. Okay, I'm sorry. Can we go to the whatever we get ready to talk about now? Cause I think you made me mad. Reading that bush.
Hey, the NBA should just take responsibility. That's how I see it. Now I'm just messing with you because I'm telling you, I don't believe anything. I'm just having a discussion. We're having a discussion.
I appreciate
I
you.
shared with Steve Jackson, who is a former NBA player, what he
Nobody
said.
even knows him. You sure he was in the NBA?
All these people, they knew who he was.
Mm-hmm. Carlos says, I've been listening to rap for over 40 years, and not one song has made me want to pull out a gun and celebrate. But we was in the military.
You don't know what John Morant came from.
Sumter! Megan already done put it out there. He came from Sumter.
Well, maybe they get crunk like that.
No.
in Sumter.
No, we don't get crunk like that in no Sumter. No.
Well, it's evident that you people are very hostile. So that
Yeah, I'm very hostile with you right now. He is from a place they call Merck City.
Well,
he wants to seem like a gangster. He taking it too hard. It's okay.
Okay, so he's from Merck City. So yes, you from where he's, the place he's from, Merck City. That's what they do.
That's not what they do. He don't do that.
Well, apparently he do.
No, apparently he's trying to be somebody he's not. Now he's gonna pay for it.
He
has the money to pay for it.
He's trying to be like
He's
those-
not gonna miss a meal getting fined for 20,000 games. He's not gonna miss a meal.
Be like those rap guys.
Who knows about those rap guys? Damien says, Ja has been given a huge platform and much is expected from that. NBA, Nike, Powerade, etc. And they all will take it back.
They've already taken it all back.
Just that quick.
We read earlier, Nike, all of them took back their endorsements.
Carlos said,
all of
no, he came from a town outside of Sumter, population less than 3,000. He must be from Noah. He went to high school in Sumter.
Oh, well.
I'm going to need you to stop all this yawning.
Girl, I swear to God, I'm tired.
Okay, which brings us back to
together.
what we've supposed to be talking about from the
together.
beginning. She started talking about Ja Morant and him needing to separate himself. But that's what we were supposed to be talking about from the beginning. Sometimes we're supposed to take breaks in life because when you keep piling stuff on top of your busy schedule, sometimes your plate begins to run over. And
my plate is running over. It's running over.
So what do you guys do to decompress? Why is that funny?
Because I can.
So I can tell you what you better not do because you're going to be 38 hot. You better not take no Spirit flight. I tell you that much. Not when you need to decompress because all they're going to do is run your blood pressure up. Baby.
Work out.
Damien works out.
Fast.
Somebody fast. What you talk about, Willis? Carlos Lewis fast. What do you do?
Work more.
But how does that help you?
It doesn't. That's why I am here, right here in this place, feeling the way that I did. But you want to know something? It took years of palling on this crap to finally get me to this point because I have never, because I'm going to deactivate my social media. I'm talking about when I say shut it down, I'm completely shutting it down. I've never, ever shut it down. No clients, no nothing, no anything. I don't have anything else to give anybody.
So you would tell our listeners that it's important to make time for yourself.
Yes, and save a little piece for you. Because if you don't, you will find yourself in a hole.
Mm.
And it's easy to...
Carlos said you add more ish to your plate.
I do. I completely do.
Damien says self-care is needed and required.
Yeah. I completely... but I think for a lot of people, when you're so used to... having people, taking care of everybody and being the person who pours into everybody, but then you find out that you can't pour from an empty glass, and my glass is empty.
Well, some people's glasses have holes in it, so you can't necessarily try to pour all of you into them because they're going to take everything from you.
I completely believe that.
So you have to take that moment for yourself to go out and find something to relieve your stress. I truly like traveling. I like going places where I can just do nothing sometimes. Or the things that I do, it doesn't really mean I got to think about it. Yeah. Sometimes you just don't want to have to think about it.
Don't want to have to think at all.
Think about doing stuff.
And that's what I need. I need to not have to think or even care. I don't want to care. I don't want to.
Yeah, because caring is the cause of the most of the stress. Because if you didn't care, it would just be like, sure, well, it get done. Yeah. If it don't, it don't. Hey, it don't really matter to me.
And I think that a lot of times when people are so used to people being so strong and like we're sitting here and I'm constantly laughing and everybody be like, oh, she's good. But in reality, I ain't good. But I realize that, and I think that it's just knowing yourself. But a lot of people will keep trying to ignore the signs because I ignored the signs.
I knew this was Carlos. He doesn't have a name right here, but I knew when I started reading that was not nobody but him. Well, Quinn says she need a vacation right now. Carlos says shutting down social media doesn't have anything to do with what you got going on. Just don't get on it. Fast from social media by not getting on it. Because that's a whole nother discipline. I get what you're saying. That's a whole nother discipline. Like if you want to be true to what you're doing, make it available and just not use it. Because if you take it away from yourself, it's like I have to hide this because I don't have discipline to not do it.
It's not for me. It's like it's
He said
I
something about
just
talking
want-
to a false representative.
So we're talking to a false representative. What?
I don't know.
It's for me. It is completely when my thing is to help people, and I don't want anybody to think that because there are people that are not gonna see this show or whatever, and people be trying to contact me. If they have my number, they can contact me. But there are people that reach out to me on a day-to-day basis. Well, can you help me with this? I had somebody call me or send me an inbox yesterday, wanting to do financial coaching and stuff like that. And I don't want them to think I'm just not answering them. I don't want them to think that, oh, I sent her a message and she's just not answering me. If you can't find me on social media, well, then you know she ain't on there. So it's more of a business reason. It's not because I don't have any discipline. I don't want anybody to dare feel
Well,
because
you know you can turn your messages off where people can't just go to your messages.
But I don't want them to be able to find my
But
page.
you don't want the
Like,
business either.
I don't want no business. I don't need no new business. I don't need no new business. I don't want you to find me. I don't want when I come back, I have 100 messages. I don't want someone going up under one of my pictures on social media saying, hey, I've been trying to message you, but I can't. Can you contact? I don't want any of that. I want to just not exist for a minute. That's it.
Carlos said, you make it sound like you're addicted to social media.
This has nothing to do with social media. This has nothing to do with social media. You want to know something? I use social media for business.
He also says it sounds like you need to learn how to say no. Quinn says, when you are constantly running and doing for other people, you don't realize you are draining yourself. I used to have a friend who every time she called it was a negative and never had anything good to say. I had to tell her to stop calling me with that because it's draining. Like you don't have one good thing to say, not one. But then when you need to vent, they always busy or can't talk.
Yeah.
Well, for people like that, you're right. You have to tell them to stop calling you because you want me to be a friend to you, but you don't want to be a friend to me.
Yeah.
And that's like when people show you who they are in your life, believe what they tell you.
Yeah.
I only need you to listen to what I got to say so you can give me advice. I ain't got no advice for you. You're supposed to get rid of her. Good job, Quinn. I applaud that. I approve that message. I really do. So, other than getting off of social media, how do you decompress?
It's not like I said. It ain't even. It's other things that I'm doing. Social media is like a small, minute.
Yeah,
thing.
that's the reason why.
Like,
it has to be.
Yeah.
Because social media has not always been around.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I asked, what are the other things that you do to decompress? Because there has to be something that you do to like relax and clear your mind of all the stress of real life.
But I haven't. That's the point. I haven't been doing anything. I work all day. I sometimes all night, and then I'm trying to then work on those jobs. I'm up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning trying to just stay on top of it, keep it going. And I'm just tired. I am tired. I don't want to think no more. I need to find me. And this is also, I don't even want to get into talk about this part, but it's a spiritual thing too. I need something that a human cannot give me right now. And the only person that can give it to me is God. And so this is not a Marsha thing. This is also a God thing. And I think that that's something that people don't want to talk about. I got to go back to the beginning. And for Marsha, God is my foundation. Jesus is my foundation. And I need to go back to the foundation because the one that I got right now got holes in it, got cracks in it, and it's really, really rocky.
Is it okay? How long has it been cracked and rocky?
For a minute, but to be real honest with you,
What did you do differently though? What caused the cracks and the holes?
I managed. I managed. I managed. And for me, I am a workaholic. I took on a client 2 days ago, and I had to call that person back and say, okay, I ain't gonna be able to do this. I keep trying, I'm trying to build this thing, and I'm not taking the time out to just stop and live. We don't, I need to do more. I like I said, I just think that I need a little bit more Jesus.
Well,
and that's
like
it.
Carlos said earlier, self-inflicted. Some of your things are self-inflicted, but once you realize that you're doing it to yourself, it helps because the same way you did it to yourself, you can kind of undo it and take things off your plate, give it to somebody else.
Yeah, and being honest, I think that I'm still grieving about my aunt. Like I said, she was like my mother. And there are some things that I am still grieving. And, you have to, like I said, you can't always be Superwoman. You can't always be Superman. And we do things to try and, not, if we don't want to think about things, I eat suppress things. I do different things to try and suppress stuff. Men may they may have more sex to try and suppress something, work out too much to suppress something. Sometimes when we don't want to deal with things and we don't want to acknowledge them,
we find harmful ways to.
Yes, and we keep and then we get in this cycle. And instead of just saying, you know what? I got some issues and I need to work on me.
Oh, I understand. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm there with you, baby, because I've been doing some harmful stuff myself. But guess what?
Yeah.
Everything is going to be all right. Because once you realize it, you try to change it. You try to do things better. Megan says, oh, did I say Carlos said it sounds like you running on empty?
I'm running on empty. And and the thing is, you see people that commit suicide and you be like, they wouldn't, and I ain't finna kill myself. I love my babies and my husband and all y'all. But you see people who commit suicide and you would have never thought because they're laughing and they're talking and you think
so many times you go,
good.
We were just over here having a good time last night. And you were having a good time. They were spending their last moments with you and they wanted the last moments to be perfect.
Yes. And we just sometimes have to give people that space.
Yeah, Megan says if you're dealing with genuine people, they will understand that you need a mental break. Quinn says, I have been where Marsha is, and I just had to cut off everything and focus on what I like to do and what I like and do me. I just be making up my own little words when I be talking. Because that's what I would have wrote. I completely lost myself in work and my ex-husband's military career. Marsha, go in your prayer closet and pray for clarity and peace and anything that is not that to move it away. I started walking just to clear my mind. I would hop on my motorcycle or just spend time with me. That's so important. Spending time with yourself.
Yeah.
Tuning everything out just to have that me time. And you can just be doing absolutely nothing. But that time is important.
Yeah.
It helps you think. It helps you relax. It helps you to kind of put things into perspective.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got a lot of people depending on me. And it's a lot of us. We have a lot of people depending on us. We have a lot of things. And to that person who is always the strong person, I see people all the time that says, check on your strong friends. That's true.
Mhm.
That's real. There are some, and then you want to know something. Sometimes people that are so strong, they don't feel like they have the space to just say, I'm weak, because people expect them to be strong all the
Because
time.
if I'm weak and I tell somebody I'm weak and they're already weak, who's helping me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where does my strength come from?
And then sometimes you don't want to put that burden on people. You're like, you know what? I got this. And people don't know a lot that mental talk. I got this. I'm gonna shake this off. I'm good.
Giving yourself
No.
affirmations.
Yes, I'm talking about manifesting affirmations, and ain't none of it working.
Yeah.
I have nothing
because
to give.
it gives you drive for a moment,
Mhm.
but you need to kind of recharge.
Mhm.
And sometimes stepping away from everybody and everything will help you do that.
Mhm.
I really feel like everybody should take vacations.
Yes.
And just do nothing.
Yes. Yeah.
Do absolutely nothing. And I know a lot of times people go, well, I can sit home and do nothing and da 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 da. That's fine.
Mhm.
But is your nothing consisting of nothing, or you're doing things that just to be doing stuff?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
I can do nothing. I can sit in my bed for days.
I can't
Ring my bell. Can I get something to eat? DoorDash be there in a minute. No. Carlos says that's why a lot of black men cry in the dark.
But you shouldn't have to.
Right.
You should not have. You shouldn't have to. And that's the part that I'm talking about. People expect men to be manly men, and then a lot of people expect for black women to always be strong. Oh, we got this. No, black men and black women, we are human, and it's okay to be vulnerable. But the thing is that we live in a society where we don't think that we're afraid to be vulnerable, because we're afraid somebody's going to take advantage of our vulnerability, or they're going to downplay it. You walk in on your husband crying. What you crying for? What you being? You act like a faggot, or you doing this? That's not. No.
But even with you saying that, I feel like that's for those women or men who aren't comfortable with themselves or other people.
Or it may be how a person was raised.
Yeah, but that's because you're not comfortable with it.
Okay, I get it.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you're not comfortable.
Yeah. You've never been told or given the space.
Permission. That's what word is. Permission. Permission.
I like that.
To be in your feelings. Yeah. To express your feelings. And so you don't know how to handle someone expressing their feelings.
That's good. I like that word. Permission.
I know you like that word, because that's something you would say. Yeah. I've been around you too long.
So, Carlos, I have a question. You said that's why a lot of black men cry in the dark. In this day and age, do men still feel like they don't have the space to be vulnerable? Because the reason why I say that is because I do see that there is a change, and people are making it more aware that, that you can, you are allowed to be vulnerable. But I think all of us that are that were raised back in the old days, 60, 70, late 80s babies. I think we were raised that you always have to be tough. There's no room for weakness.
He says good people have a tendency of adding weight to our own expectations. Good people have a tendency of adding weight to their own expectations. Good people? I don't know.
Okay, adding weight to your own expectations.
So is that why it's not okay to cry? I'm trying to understand why he said that, because you asked him, is it okay for men to cry now? Right? Isn't that what you asked? Like, you asked something about what black men crying.
I think, like, I haven't seen my husband cry, but I think that I had to create this environment where he knew he was safe to cry.
Mm-hmm.
And is it that our men don't feel like they have enough space or a safe space to cry? Is it that they have to? And like I said, most of the time for men are either going to work out, they're gonna drink, do drugs, or have sex when they are trying to suppress the real issues, or they're gonna be angry. Angry men. Those are the usually women. Women are gonna be. They ain't gonna work out. They gonna eat. Some of them.
A lot of women have oral fixations that they turn to.
Yes,
it's easier.
Yes,
because for whatever reason in our subconscious, that is easier to hurt our bodies than to hurt anything else.
Yeah.
So that's our way of abusing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's like, that's. Yeah.
It is.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
How I cried in front of everyone at my 50th birthday party, something I probably would have held in years ago. Quinn says, good people with a good heart always carry a lot of guilt because they can't always do for other people.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's so me.
Yes.
I have never seen anyone in my family cry except at funerals, and barely even then. So for me to cry in front of you, I got to really trust you. Travis says, I used to feel like being vulnerable stripped me of what I needed to be a protector.
Ooh. Oh, that's good.
It wasn't until I went through a traumatic event of my own, which almost cost me my life, that I began to understand the difference. It forced me to work on my mental health. That's so good.
So that's part of this whole mental health. The issue that we suffer in our community. And I think it's that we as a community, we suppress everything.
Good, bad, and different.
Yeah, we suppress it. We don't talk about it. Oh, we don't talk about that. And it started off as young kids. We don't talk about that.
You don't tell nobody what's going on in this house.
That part.
What happened in my house, stay in my house.
Yeah. So you got.
Let me hear it somewhere else.
So, like we had talked about a few weeks ago, you have these traumatized children that grow up to be
traumatized
adults that are walking around with issues that need to be healed.
Everybody got PTSD. For real.
Yeah, it's true.
Everybody has PTSD.
It's true.
It's just manifested in different ways. I did too.
Yeah. Coming from a man.
It stripped him of being a protector.
Yeah. And you want to know something? Him saying that shed a lot of light. Maybe that's what a lot of men think. If she sees me cry, but then she won't respect me, or she won't think that I'm man enough to protect her. Is that what y'all think?
Carlos says, sounds like you're talking about John Moran again. I don't know. Why do you think that? Because
because I said a traumatized child that grows up to be a traumatized well, that's what we were saying. So,
but how does it sound like Ja Morant? I don't know if he's traumatized.
Or he has issues. There were some issues that he did not address as a child, and now he's an adult. He's acting out. That makes sense.
I mean, it would make sense if we had a backstory, but without a backstory, I can't give him the benefit.
That
of the
baby
doubt.
is black, like you said. We all got PTSD.
Yeah.
Something.
He's been through something,
Mm-hmm.
no doubt.
Yeah.
As a black person, period.
Yeah.
He's been through something. But there are plenty of black people in the NBA that's not flaunting guns around on social media for young kids to see. So the trauma may be there, but the reality is you're bigger than that.
But maybe he's still at that point where, think about it like this. I think about Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle, he tried to keep his hand on his community, and his community ended up killing him. I think that sometimes when you make it, Jay-Z said this, so when you make it, you got to let that go. And he hasn't gotten to the point where he now has to let it go. He's still trying to hold on to his rep, you know? And he's going to end up just like Nipsey Hussle. His community is going to kill him. Lord,
where does he? Who does he play for?
I don't know. Grizzlies.
Where they at? Memphis, right? Memphis is.
Memphis is bad.
I mean, I get that, but there are great parts in Memphis that he has money to where he can separate himself from the bad.
It's more bad.
And if you don't allow people from your past into your present, you don't. Like, because you have to give people access to you.
But Toy, he's still young. He's still young, and
you're just talking, right?
He's still young. He's young and dumb.
Okay. Quinn says, my husband said, no, it winds up being used against us as men. It's thrown back in our face. Our vulnerability is made fun of. Yeah, that's when you're with the wrong people.
What I'm up here thinking.
Because, like I was saying earlier, when you're with someone who you can be like, why are you with people you can't be vulnerable? Like, I should not have to be on 10 all the time.
Yeah.
If I can never let my guard down, I mean, I'm at war. I don't want to be at war in my everyday life.
Yeah.
Not with the people that I'm loving.
He basically just said, a man, child, and safe in his own house.
Carlos said he never faced repercussions like ass whoopings and some type of correction for his actions. Well, where was his parents? Because that's what I was saying about the NBA when I did that analogy. Like, usually you have parents that correct you when they want you to be on the right road. And he's an NBA player, so people have been in his corner his entire life.
Well, maybe his mom and daddy hood.
I mean, and that's fine. But he's had good coaches and stuff in his life. For him to make it to the NBA, he's had people in his life to show him positivity. He hasn't just been running the streets. To make it to the NBA, you have to have a set of skills and practices that you do every day.
I get it, but he made it, and they say, "Oh, you gonna change up on us, ain't you?" I just feel like,
no, I think you're just making a story.
That's what Jay-Z said.
I feel like you're making a story for him on why he's out there with a gun in his hand. Pop, 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 pop. I'm just saying. Megan says, I wouldn't look at a man different if they cried in front of me. I take it as he really has feelings.
Yes.
Travis says, unfortunately, there are people who will test him if they feel like he is trying to show a certain image.
We'll see.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why would you show the pop, 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 pop image if you ain't trying to pop, 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 pop? Why? Why are you showing that image? If you want to be corny, see, this is the reason why Will Smith said, I'm letting them call me corny because I ain't got to worry about nobody coming after me because I'm corny. Ain't nobody gonna try no corny nigga. That's what he said. I'm just saying what he said now.
What kind of image Ja Morant got?
Pop, pop, pop. Quinn says, no, you shouldn't have to be at war at home. That should be your safe place.
Yeah.
Exactly. Megan says, from what I heard, he came from a great family.
Oh, well.
Pop, pop, pop. That's what I said. Until I see something different, I need this backstory. Because right now it just looks like he's out having fun, throwing up the guns, and for no reason. Like, you're not in no gunfight. You ain't doing no drive-by. What are you doing?
So you saying he just
Perpetrating. He perpetrating for the gram.
Mm.
To be honest, I realized that you have to be very secure with yourself and strong to cry in front of someone. I cry in front of anybody. I'm very secure with myself. I'm so stupid. Why y'all got me crying? Okay. Gwen says, it's just like people in the military still want to try and be hood, even though they are doing better in life. That's why we put them out. You failure to adapt. Bye. It's like people still have to hold on to a little bit of hood mentality. Now, you can still have the mentality of, bitch, but not try me. And you can just have that look on your face. You don't necessarily got to be over there with no gun on your lap.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't got to do that. Like, the way you carry yourself or let somebody know. I might not need to say nothing to her because she'll slap the shit out of me if I say the wrong thing. I'm just saying, like, Quinn, come on now. You know you walk around like, bitch, I wish you would say something to me. Ain't nobody saying nothing to you. So I just feel like that whole, and maybe it's different for guys. It could very well be. She's talking about Andu. But it could be different for guys. But I just feel like his entire life, he's had coaches. It's a difference if you don't have that type of background. You come from a background of people supporting you. You have support. I don't care what you say. You have support. To make it to the NBA, you have to have support. You have to have people who believe in you and see you doing the best of the best type stuff.
Well, apparently the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. Because this is no wonder his son misbehaves. Resurfaced videos of Ja Morant's father. So
it doesn't matter.
I know, but what they basically saying is that that's why he act the way he do.
That's not why he act like that. He act like that.
He his daddy's son.
Hood credit equals good credit. Okay, good credit. It don't equal that when you're trying to get that house. I bet you that. That hood credit ain't gonna get you no car unless you stealing it. I'm just saying. Okay, we've been on an hour 8 minutes. I know we talked about this little spirit thing a little bit longer than I was supposed to. Ja throws up 6-0 every game as if he's a rolling 60. I don't even know what this is. So one of the OGs from California just called him out on it. He told him to stop false claiming or he's going to get dealt with.
Oh, Lord.
Well, if he carry around a gun, he ready. He ready, right?
Listen, you done cut up tonight.
What I do?
Look, what Ja Morant, what are you doing?
Pop, 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 pop. I'm just saying. He throwing up signs, and you see, he got the emojis after him.
Yeah.
He now he got a reason to have him.
Yeah.
He ain't no excuse. I just know that I've been walking around here perpetrating like I'm somebody that didn't go to college and I didn't do this and I ain't make good grades and I ain't do that. No, you smarter than that, sir. You smarter than that. And you know they do need to make mental health a top priority for all of those sports things.
But they don't. As long as you can dribble a ball, make some points, you good.
I think everybody should have to go to counseling before the season start, in the middle of the season, and after the season end. I do believe that.
I think that's a good idea.
It should be mandatory. It should definitely be mandatory. Anywho, y'all make sure y'all tune in next week for Sip and Cigars with Carlos Lewis and Damian Hardy. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be epic. What? But he's not just shutting up dribbling. He's over there pop, 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 pop.
Oh my God. All right.
So now that we've been here 1 hour and 10 minutes and 52 seconds, so we're going to say goodnight to you guys. And we'll see you all in July when we come back for another episode of Let's Talk About It. Peace, you guys. See you guys in July.